Collect moments, not things. Making memories one weekend at a time. Sunday should come with applause potting. Weekends are a reminder that life is too short to not enjoy the little things. So that's our weekend motivation there for you this morning. Today is Friday, and of course, the weekend begins on Friday. So we are encouraging you to go out, ease your stress, get glued to your friends. You can go out, you talk with your friends. Don't just be stressed about life. Go out and have fun with your friends or your family. What a way to welcome you to the program today's paper. This program comes your way every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. And my name is Mafida Kamara. On this program, we digest all of the happenings in the print media. And today is the weekend edition of the program, today's paper. So we'll be here till 12 noon um, to read you the papers we have for you on this program. For today's edition of the program, we have four local dailies. We have the Daily Observer newspaper. We have the Independent newspaper. We have the Inquirer newspaper and that of the Front Page Africa newspaper. So if you are watching us via our Facebook page, we encourage you to share the live video. So this program is also relayed on Force of Liberia-Margibi County. The frequency is 89.7. My name is Mafida Kamara. And shortly, I will be reading out the papers for you this morning. We have lots of interesting stories in the papers. And you can get them for you this morning. These papers are sold for $40 You can go and get them and read all of the interesting stories in it. And guess what? We just have 11 more days to the presidential and legislative elections. Less than 2 weeks. So, like I said, if you are watching us via our Facebook page, please share our live video. You can leave your comment there and we'll read it out for you on this program. So, if you are just joining us, want to say welcome. This is Voice of Liberia 104.1 FM. My name is Mafida Kamara, and of course, this program is relayed on Voice of Liberia in Margibi County. Many thanks to Daniel Salif there in Margibi County for always relaying major programs here at Voice of Liberia in that part of the country. So thank you so much, Daniel Salif, for the great work done in Margibi County. Okay, our first stop is the Independent newspaper. And this is Liberia's most investigative newspaper. And let's read for you the headlines on the front page of this paper. Like I said, this paper is sold for $40 and this is volume 22, number 202 edition of the Independent newspaper. And for more of the independent news stories, you can log on to www.theindependent.com.lr. This paper again is sold for $40 Liberian. So let's take a look at the headlines on the front page of the independent newspaper. Several risks U.S. sanction, but Washington says move non-directed at citizens or government. And let's take a look at this other headline. Liberia applauds, that is the Mampo at 40 celebrates World Maritime Day. For October 10 elections, NEC ECOWAS hold results management demo today. And of course, let's take a look at the back page of the independent newspaper. And at the back page of the independent newspaper, we have Action Now, a better Bapolu is possible. Fatu Famata Sheriff, she says, vote number 11 on the ballot. And she said, together we can do it. And of course, the back page of the independent newspaper also says, vote number 18, hope you can count on. And it says, vote we are Taylor 2023, and we have lots of counts here that will be reading out for you on this program. Vote for president, we are for improving the health sector, construct several market buildings around the country, construction of NASCOT guest house in Bomi, increased data salaries from 700 to 2,000, 2,500 health workers to government payroll after to no health pool dried up, regularized and increased salaries of over 500 supplementary health workers, provided advanced home-based specialist training for over 101 doctors, provided international specialist training for over 50 doctors, vaccinated over 80% of Liberians against COVID-19, that is the seventh best in Africa, constructed the Emerald Hospital in Bapolu County, constructed the 14 Military Hospital in Margibi County, constructed the Redemption Hospital in Carwell, Mosorado County, established the first Dallas State Center at the JFK Hospital, the first ever in the Republic, and so much more. And of course, let's take a look at the editorial of the independent newspaper. So let's read for you a bit of the editorial, and of course, you can get yourself the independent newspaper for $40 and read the editorial in detail or read the stories in this paper. Recently, officials of the Ministry of Health revealed that an estimated 480,000 persons are suffering from vision loss in the Liberian nation. The health officials referencing several okay referencing several dosas, including the latest data contained in the National Art Health Policy Liberia 2022 to 2023, formally acknowledged that blindness is leading among all folks in the country. So just that is a gist of the editor of the independent newspaper. Like I said, this paper is sold for $40 Liberian. For more of the independent news stories, you can log on to www.theindependent.com.lr. So let's take a look at the story that talks about several weeks U.S. sanctioned, but Washington says move not directed at citizens or government. And the rest of the story is on the next page. That is page number 2. So let's take a look at this particular story here for you this morning. Washington DC Monrovia, okay, with 11 days to the much awaited and crucial presidential and legislative elections in Liberia scheduled for 10 October 2023, the country's leading development partner, that is the United States of America, has announced a new visa restriction policy that's against individuals who are thought to be undermining democracy in the West African nation. So that's a chase of that story. Okay, so let's take a look at the Independent newspaper front page for those of you that are watching us via our Facebook page. This is the Independent newspaper. This is the front page of the Independent newspaper, and this is the back page of the Independent newspaper. Like I said, this paper is sold for $40 Liberian. Before going to our next paper, let's read a gist of the story. That's Maritime celebrates World Day. Let's read a gist of the story. Set up by the International Maritime Organization in 1978, World Maritime Day is meant to raise awareness about the importance of the maritime shipping industry and the vital contributions it makes to global growth and transformation. Okay, our next stop is the Inquirer newspaper. This is volume 33, number 165, and this is the Wednesday edition of the Inquirer newspaper. This paper is sold for $40 Liberian. Let's take a look at the headlines on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper, and it says government welcomes US visa restrictions on Liberians if says it strengthens democracy. And of course, we'll read a gist of this story in subsequent time. But let's take a look at this other headline. Liberia's peace is above all. Nima superintendent warns our people will make the right decision. Cummins reposes confidence in voters. And of course, we have the photograph of the standard bearer of the collaborating political parties in person of Alexander Benedict Cummins. He's here wearing his white t-shirts with his microphone in his right hand. West African journalists to benefit from digital verification, fact checking training. And of course, we have Fort Cummings Bronskin, a leadership that we can trust. And it says Fort number 4. So let's take a look at the back page of the Inquirer newspaper. Maritime Authority celebrates World Maritime Day. And of course, we have the Maritime Boss impression of Eugene Langbe. His photograph is posted at the back page of the Inquirer newspaper. Opposition political parties want NEC government act swiftly. And of course, we have the photograph of the NEC boss in person of David Eto Brown Lassalam. She's here at the back page of that is the Inquirer newspaper, and it says countdown to the presidential and legislative elections, and we just have 11 more days to go. Okay, let's read a gist of the story that talks about government welcomes US visa restrictions on Liberians if says it strengthens democracy. Let's read a gist of this story. The government of Liberia welcomes the latest United States government visa restriction policy intended to target those who undermine democracy in Liberia. This policy, the government believes, further reinforces President Weah's expressed commitment to building a more democratic society, grounded in respect for the rule of law, free expression and association, as well as the holding of free and fair elections. And the rest of this story is on page 10. So that's a chase of the story here that talks about government welcomes US visa restrictions on Liberians 8th. So to read the story in detail, you can get yourself the Inquirer newspaper, which is sold for $40 and read the stories in detail. And of course, let's read the story here from the senior bearer of the CPP in person of Alexander Cummings. He says, our people will make the right decision. Let's read a chase of the story. The standard bearer of the collaborating political parties, Alexander B. Cummings, says he is confident that Liberians will make the right decision on October 10. Cummings stressed that the future of the country is at stake, and if government experience alone was alone was enough, Liberia would have been the best country in the world. And the rest of the story is on page 10. So let's get there quickly for you this morning. Okay, we are here this morning. Okay, page 10. Mhm. Speaking Thursday, September 28th, 2022, when he appeared on the 50-50 talk show on Sky FM in Monrovia, the CPP senior bearer maintained that the pending elections is a moment for Liberians to choose the past, present, or a brighter future, disclosing that the brighter future could mean a growing economy, better paying jobs, investment in farming and tourism, theft mitigation, and re-stabilizing the rule of law and good governance. So that's a chase of the story there. You can get yourself the Inquirer newspaper and read these stories in detail. But let's look at the editor of the Inquirer newspaper. Is the public right to know. The National Elections Commission has begun the long-awaited commencement of its internal public awareness, also referred to as press briefing, on the activities and or updates leading to the October elections. In a median news conference on Tuesday, September 26 in Monrovia, NEC Chairperson David Eto Brand Lassanan disclosed that some ballot paper for the 2023 elections have arrived and are in safekeeping, but heavily guarded and monitored by state security. So that's a gist of the editorial here for you this morning. And for more of the Inquirer newspaper stories, you can log on to their website at www.theinquirernewspaper.com, or better still, you can get this paper for $40 Liberian. So for those of you that are watching us via our Facebook page, this is the Inquirer newspaper. This is the front page of the Inquirer newspaper for you this morning, and this is the back page of the Inquirer newspaper. But let's take a look at the back page of the Inquirer newspaper that talks about Maritime Authority celebrates World Maritime Day. So let's take it from this end. The year's Maritime Day team MAPO at 15, our commitment goes on, speaks to the IMO's long history of protecting the environment from the import of maritime shipping via a robust regulatory framework. This captivating theme spotlights the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, a convention which speaks to the prevention of pollution of the marine environment by seagoing vessel, a convention which is linked to the UN 2023 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the UN 70 Sustainable Development Goals, that is the SDGs. So that's a gist of the story here this morning, on the back page of the Inquirer newspaper.
We
Okay, so that's a chase of that particular story. You can get yourself the Independent, that is the Inquirer newspaper, because I keep saying the Independent, and we are on the Inquirer newspaper. This paper is sold for $40 Liberian. You can get yourself this paper and read all of the interesting stories in it. Of course, let's bring to you this story here from District number 10, Mosorado County, because we learned that the candidates there from the Coalition for Democratic Change in President Josephine Davis had her campaign launch. And let's read what she said to the people of District number 10. I will be representative for all district constituents, Davis assures. So let's read a bit of the story. Thousands of constituents of Mosorado County District number 10 Wednesday, September 27, 2023 joined a show of support for Josephine Davis during the official launch of her campaign to become the district lawmaker. With an unwavering commitment to serve all residents of District number 10, Davis, the Commerce Ministry's 4-month Inspector General, has also set forth a vision that promises effective representation and tangible development for the entire district and its inhabitants. Additionally, the event, which drew massive crowds, rather demonstrated that the Coalition for Democratic Change candidate has successfully captured the hearts and minds of her constituents. Our next stop is the Daily Observer newspaper, and this is volume 23, number 183. And for more of the Daily Observer news stories, you can log on to www.liberianobserver.com. But let's take a look at the front page of the Daily Observer. Let's take a look at the headlines here at the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Supreme Court demands copy of final photo rule. So that's a headline here, and we'll actually talk a little bit about this story. Not rescue team, but resting team, say President Weah as he mocks Unity Party's campaign code name. Okay, and the rest of the story is on page number 10. We'll read that story for you this morning. Cummings vows to stimulate economic growth, says that if elected president, his administration will create numerous jobs for Liberians. And we have the photograph of Mr. Elisanam P. Cummings when he was addressing the press recently. Between the lines of U.S. warning to those undermining democracy in Liberia. And of course, the rest of that story is on page number 4. Let's take a look at the back page of the Daily Observer. For more of the Daily Observer news stories, you can visit their website at www.liberianobserver.com. And or better still, you can get this paper for $40 Liberian. Liberian researcher Yan Jones Swedish International Research Working Group Lab. Then this other headline reads: Government welcomes US visa restriction policy. Okay, welcome back. Not rescue team, but resting team. Let's read the chase of this story. President Weah has raised doubts about the physical capacity of the Shiva performance as President Joseph Boakai to deliver on his promises of rescuing the country. Speaking to a crowd of supporters in Nima County, a crucial region for gambling votes, Weah cautioned Walker's ability to lead or rescue missions due to his advanced age, highlighting the potential impact of old age on one's capabilities. The president suggested that Walker's that his campaign slogan of rescue mission was more of a rescue mission and asserted that Walker could not live up to it. Don't be fooled by those who claim to be rescuers. Some of them cannot point to anything in their own backyard, the president said yesterday. If you cannot develop yourselves, how can you rescue others? And that's a question mark there. They don't have anything to deliver, so they go around telling you lies. Don't believe them and even listen to them. We are added. And also recounted his personal experiences, noting that during his lifetime in the same community as Bwaka, when he was vice president for 12 years, he saw no improvement in the area. I live in the same community as the so-called rescue father, and when he was vice president for 12 years, he could not make any improvements in the alleys between his house. Now people are calling him the rescue father. When people told me that Nima would be empty when I visited, I disputed it and told them that the people of Nima will vote for me. Yeah, remarked. Okay, let's read the story here from the Supreme Court and the remaining copy of the final photo roll. And the story is on page 10. Let's read a gist of the story here for you this morning. Okay, we are here. The Justice in Chimon of the Supreme Court has mandated the National Elections Commission to share copies of the registration rolled with the court following a hearing into a separate writ of mandamus filed by two opposition political parties. The mandate by Associate Justice James Eto Wolokoli comes after the Unity Party and the Liberian People's Party separately petitioned the court to compel the electoral body to public release the photo roll to whose okay accuracy is crucial to ensure the credibility of the October 10 polls. The rule, which cannot be altered 30 days to an election except by the Supreme Court order, contains the names and other important information of registered voters. The electoral body has, however, not yet released the photo roll, despite having barely 2 weeks remaining for the conduct of the October 10 polls. It has insisted that it is working diligently towards making the list available in a secure format and available to all stakeholders as soon as possible. Okay, Kumi vows to stimulate economic growth. Alexander Cummings, the presidential candidate of the collaborating political party, says his economic agenda for Liberia would stimulate serious economic growth and employment if elected president comes October 10 polls. Cummings noted that his clean and enviable cooperation record of efficient and effective management of a multi-billion conglomerate does not only give him an appreciable understanding of what means to, and the rest of the story is also on page 10. So let's get there for you quickly. Okay, the story is on page 10 and we are not seeing it here. But that's it from the CPP end, and that's Alexander Benedict's comment powering to stimulate economic growth. And that story is also on the Daily Observer newspaper, or better still, you can log on to their website at www.thelibrarianobserver.com, or better still, you can get this paper for 40 Liberian dollars. So let's take a look at the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper, and we have, what did Mr. Hour say? It's better to eat a mushroom in freedom than to eat meat in slavery. Government welcomes U.S. visa restrictions policy. The government of Liberia welcomes the United States government visa restriction policy intended to target those who undermine the democracy in Liberia. This policy, the government believes, further reinforces President George M. Weah's expressed commitment to building a more democratic society grounded in respect for the rule of law, free expression and association, as well as the holding of free and fair elections. This also this was the central theme of his address to the UN General Assembly last week and during various conversations with US stakeholders, including US Judge Catherine. The government believes the US statement coming at a time when incendiary rhetoric by politicians have been on the rise with its effort to claim public anxiety around the upcoming democratic exercise, while the government has also welcomed the arrival in the country of schools of election observers from the ECOWAS, that is the AU, EU, US, and other observer missions from around the world. Okay, our last and final bus stop is the front page newspaper, and this is volume 17, number 185. And this paper is sold for 40 Liberian dollars. And for more of the front page African news stories, you can log on to their website at www.frontpageafricaonline.com. Let's take a look at the headlines for you. Alleged kidnap victim speaks from trauma war. And of course, we'll read a gist of this story because we've been following this story for a while now. And of course, we will read it out for you on this program. Who are the targets of US visa restrictions? And that's a question mark there. And let's take a look at the back page of the front page newspaper. But before doing that, let's read for you this headline at the top of this paper. Arrested for oral sex with a man on 33-year-old woman arrested for sexually assaulting a 12-year-old boy. That's bad. We have the photograph of the alleged perpetrator here at the front page of the front page newspaper. We are not a rescue team, they are not a rescue team but resting team. President Weah refers to United Party as he counts Minimalians votes. And of course, we have the photograph of the President of the Republic of Liberia in person of Dr. George Mane Weah. And let's read this other headline. And these are all top stories here at the front page of the front page newspaper for you this morning. Slamming war rhetoric. CPP fast tenor bearer Charlene Bronski criticizes political leaders preaching war jump ahead of October 10th. The team recounts terrifying kidnapping involving unmarked black Bafana driver with gold head. They placed us in the back seat, unaware that three men were hiding in the trunk. As the car started moving, I realized that soon 8 Depot was not in the direction they were headed. When they veered onto the rehab road and accelerated, I asked the driver where they were taking us. He responded by telling me to shut up. At that moment, my instincts told me that they intended to harm us. And that's the statement from Sherman Cooper, an alleged kidnap victim. And we'll actually read this story for you because it's a human interest related. We'll read the particular story for you. But let's take a look at the back page of the front page African newspaper. So the front page, at the back page of the front page newspaper usually talks about sports, but today we are seeing a birthday greetings. And let's read this message. The management and staff of Marvel Beverages Incorporated wishes to extend its birthday greetings to His Excellency President George Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia and standard bearer of the Coalition for Democratic Change. We hope God will grant you many more years to come as we approach a crucial and landmark elections. Happy birthday to you, Mr. President. So that's the message there from the people. Okay. So that's the message there from the management style of the Monrovia Beverage Incorporated, which hint the president of the Republic of Liberia, George Weah, or happy birthday. So let's take a look at the story here that talks about LHK now fitting speaks from Chairman War, and the story is on page 5. So let's get for you quickly and read the story. Okay, we are here this morning. Chairman Cooper, an alleged kidnap victim who narrowly escaped his captors, spoke from his hospital bed, recounting the irony incident that left him with wounds on his backside, neck, in private parts. Cooper explained how a failed kidnap attempt unfolded. Cooper and his friend, identified only as Marcus, had chased down individuals they believe had stolen a motorbike. However, they were mistakenly accused of being criminals by community members who intercepted them. The alleged kidnappers offered to take Cooper and Marcus to the Zoom 8 police depot, claiming they were later transported the injured motorbike rather to the hospital. The Bafana chief initially placed the injured men from the park he were chasing into their vehicle. Later, the driver returned for us and told the community members that they were taking us to Sun 8 police depot and would then attend to the injured men. Cooper recounted. They placed us in a park seat, unaware that three men were hiding in the trunk. As the car started moving, I realized that Zone 8 depot was not in the direction they were headed. When they were into rehab road and accelerated, I asked the child where they were taking us. He responded by telling me to shut up. At that moment, my instincts told me that they intended to harm us. Cooper said from the Liberian colloquial, okay, they actually modify it. Cooper went on to describe how the driver began rolling up the windows and turned up the music volume. In response, he and Marcus attempted to fight their way out of the car. However, the men in the back seat began stopping them. Cooper noticed that the rear window was partly open and managed to squeeze himself through it, jumping out of the moving vehicle while it was traveling at high speed. My friend Marcus tried to follow, but something terrible happened to him and he fell back war. Since then, I have not heard from Marcus, so I don't know if he's alive or not, said Kopo. So that's an interesting story there. You can get yourself the front page African newspaper and read that particular story in depth. So let's take a look at the story that talks about arrested for oral sex with a minor. 33 years old woman arrested for sexually assaulting a 12-year-old boy. Police in Monrovia have arrested a 33-year-old woman on an allegation of sexually assaulting a 12-year-old boy in the Sumanta Simple Bridge community outside Monrovia. The community is located in Littoral District number 16, Moserado County. Defendant Maramun Kamara was arrested on Wednesday, September 27, following a complaint filed by a resident of the community, Juta Sudu, after an alarm was raised by the victim and some community dwellers. She was arraigned before the Broad Magisterial Court and later sent to the Monrovia Central Prison awaiting trial. According to the rate of arrest issued by the court, a copy which is in the possession of Front Page Africa, defendant Mariamu, who was stopping with the victim's mother, an officer of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency identified as Rebecca Sanke asked the victim to have sex with four or suck her private part. So that's the story there. That's the story there for you this morning. And that's not a cool slam at all. You can get yourself the front page African newspaper and read the story in detail because it's not cool seeing a 33-year-old woman during this to a 12-year-old boy. It's actually bad. It's bad. Okay, for those of you that are watching us via our Facebook page, let's show you the front page newspaper. This is the front page Africa newspaper for you. The front page, and this is the back page of the front page Africa newspaper. But let's take a look at the story before we call it a day. Let's take a look at the story. Who are the targets of US visa restrictions? The 3C visa restriction policy cover anybody who undermines the democratic process of the elections, and this can be a pretty much anybody who engages in activities that could undermine that process. Some examples could be if anybody is trying to steal a ballot box, or anybody who tries to access computer servers that contain data that was uploaded, if someone incites violence against journalists or against election observers or poll watcher, that will be considered undermining the electoral process. Okay, so that's the end of the papers reading. We'll now take a very short break, and when we come, we'll discuss our talking points with you, the public, and share our little thought about the topic, and then we'll open up the telephone line for you, the callers, to tell us what you make of the topic. So be there with us. My name is Mafida Kamara, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So welcome back to the program, to this paper. This program comes away every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we are here this morning. We read for you four local papers. We read for you the Daily or several newspaper, the Independent, the Inquirer, and that of the front page African newspaper. We read them for you on this platform. So our talking point basically will look at um the case from Supreme Court and the Benin Corporate of the final voter rule. We'll actually talk about that because imagine we just have 11 more days to the presidential and legislative elections, and we still have people in the public space asking questions. And not just questions, but these are all relevant questions posted to the National Elections Commission. Why are they not releasing the final voter roll? What is going on? And recently we witnessed the United Party firing a writ of mandamus to the Supreme Court compelling NEC to put up the final voter roll. And recently that was also done by the Liberian People's Party, Conclo Party, and it did that too. So our question we are asking is why the NEC don't want to pull up this one final voter roll and we just have 11 more days to the general election. So the Supreme Court is now demanding them to send in copy because they have now ruled in a case. For them, they are telling the National Elections Commission to send them a copy for verification. And the Associate Justice James Eto Wolokoli requested for that copy. And according to the NEC boss, she said they are still putting things together and the final photo will be out soon. They are still securing it, they are packaging it for the political leaders and actors, state actors to view them, and it will be released to the public soon. And she said that since I think it was October, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was October 25th or the 28th. That's not the 28th, but the 25th or the 27th between them. And she has showed the public that listing was going to be out. And looking at the election date, today is the 29th of September, and looking at the election date, and we just have 11 more days to the election. And in regards to the new election law, the final voter roll should be at, or is supposed to be at 30 days before the general elections. And we just have 11 more days. So when the National Elections Commission will put out this listing on the day of the election, went ready with it, put up their listing, because the delay tactics from them can stimulate anything in this country, and we don't want that. We don't want for the people to to start questioning the National Elections Commission. We don't want for for this commission to not be trusted by the Liberian people. So the main question is, why are they delaying with the final photo roll? Is it that because they have load phones? Because the other day, please don't call us. Because the other day, they were telling us that the Ministry of Finance or the government of Liberia has not yet released the 3.2 million. And recently, when the Minister of Finance appeared on ELBC and talk about it, he said that money will be released to them. But why are they still delayed with that money? It said that the National Elections Commission is incapacitated to release that photo roll because they don't have enough money. So these are all of the questions that we are asking this morning, because we don't just want to look at it for one angle. We are looking at it from all sides this morning. So why the National Elections Commission don't want to put up the final photo roll, and it's very, very bad. We don't want any other thing to happen in this country. We are hearing people talking about the breaking of the election. So in order to discourage that thought from the minds of Liberians, the National Elections Commission need to put up this listing so people can be eased with themselves. We don't want at the end of the day they say, oh, because the National Elections Commission and delay with this photo roll, that's why we are seeing this, that's why we are seeing this. And I was so glad that when the United Party took on the first step, because it was not just like talking about it, but they took the legal step in reaching to the Supreme Court. And the Larenpo party has followed suit. So the case is now before the Supreme Court, so they themselves are requesting for copy of the final voter roll. Let's see whether they will do it or they will not do it. Let's see whether they will do it or not do it. Because I don't know why are they delaying to release this final photo roll to the public. I don't know why are they delaying with the final photo roll. So today is Friday. Usually on Friday, I love to talk about human interest story here on this platform. So, and that's our main talking point on this program. And shortly, because we don't have time, we have to make room for the next program. We'll open up the telephone line for our people to call and tell us what they make of the NEC not putting up this final voter roll to the public, because people have been talking about it, have been talking from one person, the other person, protest, everything, peaceful protest has been staged. Still, this particular voter roll, the NEC don't want to release it. Why are they delaying? What is going on with them? So everything is up to the Supreme Court. We'll see how this goes, but I believe that the Supreme Court will actually try to intervene into what is necessary to make the National Elections Commission to release the final photo roll. Because imagine just Larry Moses to the election, and we don't have time any longer. So why are they delaying with the photo roll? Why they don't want to release the final photo roll to the public? That's the question we are asking this morning. So call us on the number 0770907907 or 0880907907. Let's hear from you this morning. Today is Friday, so we don't want to put ourselves for politics, but let's just talk a little bit about it and call your tail on this program. So call us on the number 0770907907 or 0880907907. We are talking about the National Elections Commission not wanting to put up the final voter roll to the public, and we are asking why are they delaying with this final voter roll. Is it that they don't have money or enough funds to carry on this exercise? Because we heard from them they are still working on it, and in the soonest possible time they will put up this particular listing. But we just have 11 more days to the election. So what is the National Elections Commission to read in that regard? So call us this morning. Let's talk about it. Call us on the number 0770907907 or 0880907907. Let's take this caller this morning. Good morning.
Hello,
Yes, you are live. Go ahead.
hello,
You are live. Go ahead.
hello.
Okay. So call us this morning on the number 0770907907 or 0880907907. Call us this morning. Let's talk about the National Elections Commission. Um delay, or should I say title? No, but they don't want to put up this final photo roll, in which of course it is not good for us in this country. Good
Hello.
morning. Tell us any name, where you calling from.
Yeah, this is Richard Baba calling for 16th Street Singer this morning.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for this on a discussion. When it comes to the National Election Commission, these are the things that undermine the peace in our country. People are saying that the election, the process will be rigged. What is it that they cannot publish the one form? All the things undermine the process of the of the
Of the
election.
election, of course.
So we come back to the issue of President Weah, His Excellency. President Weah will win the process. I have a faith that the president will win the process. So much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for participating. Call us on the number 0700907 or 0880907. Call us this morning. Let's talk about the National Elections Commission. We just have 11 more days to the presidential and legislative elections, and we are here to see the final photo roll out to the public. Call us and let's hear you. Okay, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Tell us an email where you're calling from.
Hello.
Yes, you are loud. Tell us an email where you're calling from.
Oh, I'm Elijah Jackson. I call you from 9th Street.
Okay, Elijah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to tell you a very big thank you for flagging all the issue for it to be discussed. For me, I believe that we cannot speak for the NEC to tell them that they don't have money.
Mm.
If they don't have money, then by this time they have told the world and Liberian people that they don't have money to conduct election. Showing how much they are mute, they mean that they have money.
No, but
Now,
they've been talking about it, my brother.
yeah, but if they don't have it, then they should let us know that this process will not be implemented because we don't have money, right? But they have not, and everything works in time is by law. So in 30 days, the 30 days for election, the voter roll update should be published. That's what it says. So if you know that you are running into it and against you, you should let the citizens know.
Mm-hmm.
Because all these things, the peace we're talking about is not just people say opposition is saying this, the opposition, no. The NEC themselves can undermine the peace of this country.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
they should be very much cognizant of that.
Okay, my brother. Thank you for calling. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, madam.
Tell us an email where you're calling from.
Yeah, I'm Ishmael Mbete calling from Single 20 Street to South.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my concern has to do with this election commission. I really have problem with them. Why is it that it takes a time to give an SSR result within a short movement? What's about the time that the voting will take place? They get the person taking a voting, then
oh my God, he's out. Call us back on the number 0770-907-907 or 0880-907-907. Let's talk about this thing because it is very, very much paramount to us. We only have 11 more days to the elections. Oh my God, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, tell us an email where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Lionel B. Smith in the call from the Roseville City.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, first of all, I want to say thank you for deliberating on what's in the people. It's a good program and we admire it a lot. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
My concern has to do with the election commission. Every time people say Liberia have a fragile peace, Liberia is on a time bomb, all these funny statements are going around. And we have few days to election, yet then still our commission up till 9 is unable to publish the final voter roll audit. When opposition come out and say something, people say, oh, opposition is instigating violence in the country. Why would they instigate violence? Going to a major election up to now, these things are not being published. So we call it on the election commission. Tomorrow might be the deadline. The month comes to an end. As we wake up first thing Monday morning, we want to see the voter roll update all on the internet, all on the net website, everywhere that I need to be.
Okay,
we are calling on them. We need to maintain this peace.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for participating. Call us on the numbers 0770-907-907. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us an email where you're calling from.
Only S. Vamo calling from Basel Community District number 8.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the point is directed to the NEC. I'm disappointed in the commissioner. She said she was clean woman with clean wear clothes. That she couldn't add 1 hour in the time of the voter registration. But yeah, instead of the 30 days to publish, what she's going to do to
To convince the Liberian people she is delaying. All the things, the peace we are enjoying, she won't bring Liberia to pieces. I beg God for God's sake. When she do honorable what will Liberia be disgraced at international scene. Thank you. God bless you and bless our state.
Okay. Thank you for calling. Call us on the number 0770-907 or 0880-907-907. Call us this morning. Let's talk about this because it's very, very much important. Uh, Good morning. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Okay, go ahead.
And you as a journalist, it's not possible for you to go there and interview and get a direct response. So president that yeah.
Okay, my brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for calling because I'm not getting you that clear.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, this is Chris M. Jerry.
Okay, from where?
Yeah, I'm following the show now about ANC.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you on that.
Yeah, so I'm from Unity Party. You know, I will tell you the truth. I will just get net. The change with trust we for UP with trust net that it will deliver Liberia, not let Liberia to go to the crossing, that it will not be able to guard it. So net, with trust net, that you will do a possible that everything will be fine in Liberia. That will not go to crossing.
Okay.
Me, about Unity Party, about Zorro Chair, in my giving, I thought net. I want everybody must take a look at net and get a responsibility to net to take the full time and do everything. That we know that you can overtake, UP will be victory. So it's things.
Okay, my brother. Thank you for calling here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
So call us on the number 0770-907-907 or 0880-907-907, and we'll soon be leaving from here. We don't have much time here. Call us. Let's talk about this thing that is going on with the National Elections Commission, and we just have 11 more days to the general election. Let's take a few more calls and call it on this program. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, you are live.
Yeah, I'm Emmanuel calling from Capital Bypass.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Yeah, okay, my take this morning to the topic is, I have problem with people who can say let more women be in a horse. At least the democratic terminology, it will change when it comes to corruption and what have you. It will subside. I differ with them in the sense that, yeah, in the sense that you see what the other bride is doing. She have men her, our lady. She have men her that tomorrow advocates let her be in the house to change things. You see what she's doing? She bring chaos in the country. For the little position she's owing. When it comes to the effects of the past crisis in Liberia, we know this is the source of it, the result of election when it's been temporary. And this is what she's doing. She's not going by the law. The law says within a certain period of time, give the FRR to the benefit of the people, the perusal of everyone, every political party. And they give the benefit, the law give the benefit of that. And why is it that she's not doing it? She's so adamant in displaying this identical result. And bring it, and then we're approaching to election time. When will all the political parties take to send all their poor watches to zero error, cross and drop the level like Liberia in the village and what have you? So why are you expect them to so what the lady is doing is condemning the word the mandate from the state of the US embassy. Yes, we look at it, but it's not or something guarantee to say we'll rely on and say everything will be free and fair. Because those are our sanction through that visa insurance, but embassy they are staying here. They are done in one with their family. They're not forced to travel. So the Esther Brantu, she's finally it seems that I'm not forced to travel. Even if they ban me, I have all my resources here. I will benefit from it. My pastor will benefit from it.
Okay, my
so
brother.
what What brings chaos is what she's doing.
Okay, thank you for calling. Thank you so much for participating here this morning. Call us on the number 0770907907. Let's take two more calls and call it a day on this program. Just two. Call us on the number 0770907907 or 0880907907. Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes. Tell us the name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Mary Ibrahim, calling from Old, this is number 10.
Okay.
Yeah, they never want to see the ones is not correct for our country.
Mm-hmm.
The one about it is the whole politician already. You already they started the video passing already. We are the law most into election.
Mm-hmm.
See what you do at the hour should not bring no level up there at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do, the peace of the country last now more hands zero the party zero no. What you do is not correct.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. So call us on the okay, let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Tell us the name and where you're calling from.
Okay, I'm Sagashos Bashel calling from Simcoe, Makati.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting me?
Yeah. You are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to speak on the issue of this net issue. I mean, Director Brown Asana is causing serious trouble for herself and for the entire country because she has violated the Constitution and she's violating our right as a citizen. We need this final voter roll so that we can know what is going on. What is the reason for which the final voter roll should be kept by net officials? Because is it because she's siding with the ruling coordination of democratic change? Is it because she's siding with the that shouldn't be. Release the voter roll. Let we know what we own. We got 11 more days to election. So if you want election to be postponed or what, that's zero problem. So please, if we call it on the government of Liberia, let's release the voter roll, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Thank you so much. Wow, we still have calls coming in. Let's take this one, please. Good morning. Yes, you are live.
Good morning.
Tell us the name and where you're calling from.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to you and good morning to the Voice of Liberia family, particularly the workaholic or humanitarian CEO, Mr. Sekou Sharif.
Okay.
For the recognitions, I'm Poker Robert.
Toga Robert, you're not coming to your plenty of money.
I'm talking.
Okay. Yes, because I don't want you to talk. No Toga Robert. Yes,
no,
talk, but I just giving you 1 minute. You can talk too much. Toga, go ahead. I only give you 1 minute. 1 minute to talk.
For the recognition, I'm Poker Rabba, and chairman for the Friends of Jefferson Tamakoti for the re-election of President Joyce Manor Developmental Oriented We Are.
Yes, 50 seconds.
You are discussing very fascinating topic, and you want discussing. The issue about the opposition accusing the election commission is wrong. It is an injustice to the election commission. My sister, the election commission is competent and she's credible. She has proven beyond reasonable doubt. They see opposition camp. They were awarded 2 terms on the three positions of the director of Lafana. They were awarded 2 terms in most of our country. When the people were not thwarted, the woman had no God to thwart the people will. The law says, or before the election commission, before the election, the day of election, then the voter roll should be what? Should be presented to the public. It's true. We haven't gone to election. We haven't been to the day of election day yet. We have 3 more days. Why can't you give more days? Why can't you give more days? It's wrong. People should not be crying paper because they feel that they are always facing their defeat. You see it? The woman is incredible. She has proven beyond reasonable doubt. 2 times the ruling party was blocked. The woman never thwarted the will of the people.
Okay, my brother. Thank you, for calling. Yes, thank you so much, Toga, for calling. Wow. Good morning. Yes, good morning. We have so many calls coming in. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Mohamed Jabate, calling from Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I get an issue. Now, even though we get a problem with now submitting the FRR, yes, that issue. But now I don't want for the party to be crying their baby.
because they must remember they shouldn't be talking on rigging election when it's going to other people in the past. So now what they crying that TV?
So you telling us that United Party been rigging election in the past?
Yeah,
my man, I think you can get proof to it.
From 2005
so you have proof to what you are saying this morning?
Yeah.
You get proof to what you saying this morning?
But yes, during November 7, they killed our father before.
We were here November 7
when they put killed our father before. So CDC party now they cry here, baby. That is wait.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, for making your points now. Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us the name and where you're calling from.
This is James Stewart from District 17.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the caller that just left on the line. These are people that contribute to the chaos in this country. To go to NEC, but Liberia-VOL Brown is contributing to chaos in this country. 30 days, the voters were supposed to be on, but up to now, a writ have been issued to Supreme Court to interview. Up to now, Supreme Court can also talk. So NEC and Supreme Court are contributing to chaos in this country.
Okay. Thank you for calling. Thank you for participating, my brother.
Thank you.
Okay. So I want us to look at this thing from an independent mindset, not from a party line, because you are a UPS or you are seditions. Just say you know the party people crying paper or the seditions crying paper. Let's take this thing out of let's come as or analyze this with an independent man now from party line, please. Good morning.
Yeah, when you ask the question for well, we got evidence about United Party rating, we got sufficient evidence to authenticate that United Party have raked election in the country.
Okay, send me
before attribute of President Weah. About today the peace have been maintained. We got evidence.
Okay, send me the evidence, please.
2011, when we got election commission, I've told his family in the plane, and we're all the way through to the election result. At the time, or second March, he came back and said there was a miscount. We got evidence of the effect. The election commission have put a family in the plane, and now the result in Pluto. So when we say election, when we say never happen, raping election, we got evidence to substantiate that they raped it and they have been raping it all the time. They're not won by the many of the people.
Oh, so guys, okay, all right, so guys, thank you for participating. Let's give other people chance to call. Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Tell us the name and where you're calling from.
I mean Joseph Carr.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Carr.
Yeah, and they call on the line. You don't supposed to allow him to be talking all kind of things. What's going on in the country? Our own safety. People talking on Unity Party, don't cry that they. That the problem the people drinking our Unity Party want to enforce. So and people who don't get nothing to say, you're more poster to them. They will not be bringing problem where other people will be talking all kind of things to get there. I mean, who talking he got nothing to do. Who rape election, election people, international observer. All the people were here, all men were here who raped election at that time. So why you talking? You just talking thing that you don't got proof. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too for participating. Let's take this call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, tell us the name and where you're calling from.
Ramachari is my name, calling from Telecom.
Okay.
Yeah. The election. Let me just say the FRR asked its son or 1% benefit. But I'm observing that the sedition or the ruling parties are taking it to be the only unity party benefit it is. But I'm of big justice to tell to all Liberians that the FRR is the benefit of every individual. It is a yardstick that you hope on to say that, oh, I was cheated or not. But why not tomorrow that Unity Party becomes victorious? When you go and say that I condemn the result, and now you are sitting at the back, defending the election commission, we are listening to them. And tomorrow we will see. At the end of the day, Unity Party will carry the victory, and we don't want to see them in the street. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Let's take this call again. Oh, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Tell us, Anime, where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Andrew Kesari,
Okay,
Secretary General of the Unity Party Intellectual Reform Bureau.
all
I'm
right.
calling for Soul Clinic District number 4.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you see, sister, not because somebody can talk plenty, they mean that what they say is true. Poker Rabble saying that they get evidence. I bet Poker Rabble to bring any evidence that the election was rigged 2005 and 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I bet him, my name Andrew Kesari. Then he called me. I mean, I'll call my number for him to call me. For PM, I said to come on our radio station with a challenge. Then he provided evidence. Can't about the election commission was input to general what I like. You forgot about you get more. You get more.
Okay, it's
Eh?
okay.
We discussing election matter. Something I was protect the country. Something I will cause the country to create chaos. Then he's talking about Unity Party against that, Unity Party against that. So the election commission, the who carry out and carry election commission, they're not having the right to publish the photo set against the election. They got the constitution.
Okay, ma'am.
Carry that party.
Thank you, Mr. Eshi. Thank you for participating. I hope not to go calling you. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, tell us the name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, I'm James. I call you from Duboro Junction.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the topic here is not for political party.
Mm-hmm.
It is for this country.
Exactly.
The issue that NDC had refused to publish the voter roll update, it means that is a threat. It's a threat to the peace of this country, not CDC or UP. So people that rather than should not be giving audience to be saying things that they don't have evidence of. We're discussing the peace of the nation. So the voter roll update is a working tool for you, government, and also opposition. So what is more you know that it exists in certain percent or polling center? What is more that you know? So you'll not be jumping here, there people rig election here, that. So if you are saying that government going to rig, so it mean that government going to rig the election, or what you saying? No, I don't think you have to be a warning time to people to distill our peace in this country. These are elements to peace, to peace. I mean, anti-peace.
Okay, my brother. Thank you for calling. So let's just take one more call. Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us the name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, I am James Sherry,
Mm-hmm.
calling from Congo Town.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I heard people on the line just talking about Unity Party, CDC, about this voter roll. I am one of the as well from ACO. We too we need the final voter roll. So you not just be based on Unity Party, CDC. No, I heard a caller talking all type of things that he's supposed to talk. The Creator has violated the Constitution and the rights of the Liberian people. So the Liberian people are right to call and talk what they need to talk. We need the final voter roll. That is problem. It brings chaos. It brings problems to our society. So we need it. So that she release it. But now to Monday, let it be outside. We need it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Sorry, we are not picking up any calls again. We're not taking calls again because we are already out of time. So let's take our team song this morning. Okay, so we are not taking calls again. So stop calling. And of course, we read for you for local dailies. But before going, let's read you the comments from our Facebook Live. This is from Gwense Jumi. He said, keep on the good work, FOL. Thank you. And this is from Steven Fala. He says, I am watching. So like I said, we read for you for local daily. We read the Daily or Sefer newspaper, the Independent newspaper, the Inquirer newspaper, and that of the Front Page Africa newspaper. So this program will return on the radio by Monday with another splendid edition. My name is Mafida Kamara, and I urge you to keep following for us of Liberia. But before I take leave of you, I would like to close up on this song from Kobasi, and the song title is "What You Want to Do." And this song actually speaks against electoral violence, and we are saying to you on this platform that we condemn that art, and we are encouraging every one of you out there to continue being peaceful because we just have 11 more days to the presidential and legislative elections. If any candidate asks you to carry on art that is wrong, tell them to call their children to do that particular thing for them. And if they ask you to do anything that is unlawful, tell them no, because we all need to maintain the peace of this particular country. So let's take this song here from Kobasi, and the song title is "What You Want to." And you talk about it 6 years, non-play, 9 years, non-play, because he gave me a representative 6 years and that of the presidency. In the senatorial candidates, you are giving it 9 years. So before you give them that amount of years, you should think about what they have done in a country. What are some of the things they will do in a country? Look at their platforms. Go through that manifesto. Don't just be behind and be saying, Amanda, I with you, Amanda, I with you. So scrutinize them and you can pick the best candidate for yourself and your family. So that is it. Let's take this song from Kubasi.
I'm feeling the vibe with originalhits.com.
Crazy. Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Free land of liberty. You once fully intended to poverty. Well, our politics. Politicians used to live up to their promises. But this kind of politics, they will lie, they will use you like shoe and polish it. Banana, we not putting back track. We not putting back religion. We not putting tradition, friendship, or relationship. You better pull for your future. Don't say you're pull like your future. Brother, pull for your future. Mama, pull for your future. What do you want? If I give you my future, what you want? When I give you my country, what you want? Stay there and I play, what you want? What do you want? What do you want? If I give you my history, what you want? You want my country, what you want? Now yeah, now play, what you want? What do you want? They come in with their big cars. They come in with their plenty laughs. They come in with their big smiles. All out in and out so fly. They won't use you, confuse you, and mislead you. We promise, we vote them, they frustrate you. They already say you so cool. Don't for your friend, let Rambo. They already say you rebel. Don't for your friends for their choice. Oh. They already say you so cool. Don't for your friend, let Rambo. They already say you rebel. Don't for your friends for their choice. Oh. Banana, we not putting back track. We not putting back relation. We not putting tradition, friendship, or relationship. You better pull for your future. I say you pull for your future. Brother, pull for your future. Mama, pull for your future. What do you want? If I give you my future, what you want? When I give you my country, what you want?